Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome. This is the North American RaceRoom YouTube channel. And this is the weekly ranked event for RaceRoom. This week is a 90-minute race around Suzuka, multi-class. With those classes being DTM2020s and GT3s. A slight wrinkle with the GT3s this week is that the recently, as of today, released ADAC 2020 cars, at least two of them, the Evo Bentley Continental and the Evo AMG Mercedes, released, and RaceRoom has allowed them on the server for this evening. So we may see a couple of those out there while we're at it. And amongst the normal GT3s and amongst the DTM2020s. So it's going to be an interesting mix of vehicles. It's going to be a lot of overtaking. Going to be a lot of patience out there from both classes, really, on figuring out where to pass, where not to pass, and where to really survive for 90 minutes. As you can see up here on the screen, we got the event info showing some of the statistics of the server, I guess you could say, in Japan. So we're not expecting any weather. It's going to be nice, breezy. It's going to be a beautiful day. With that, as I said, we're at Suzuka. Here in 1 second. I'm going to show you the track guide. So as you can see here, this track is pretty big. It's kind of enormous. 18 total corners. Very technical. There's also some parts that are pretty wide open. After the start-finish line, you've got your turns 1 and 2, as they call the first turn. It's one continuous turn to the right that leads into the S's. And as you can see, turn 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all very quick, very technical. If you try to take those too fast, you're going to end up in the gravel. If you take them too slow, then you're going to have a slow lap time. A lot of time is either gained or lost within the S's. Once you get past the S, you come into turns 8 and 9, the Degner turn, and then I just call it the absolute 90-degree right angle turn, which then will lead you under the bypass of the backstretch into turns 10 and 11 of the hairpin. You then have another long sweeping right-hand corner, number 12, which leads you into the spoon, 13, 14, and probably the longest straight stretch of the track between 14 and 15. There is where you'll see probably a lot of push to pass, a lot of DRS, a lot of overtaking between the DTMs and the GT3s. There'll be a lot of fighting going on in that area. It's going to be very interesting to see. Once you get past 15, you then will get to the last three, 16, 17. This is a really nice looking chicane there. Into 18, and then all the way back down into the start-finish line. So, like I said, we're already seeing some times of a 148. That's a DTM right there. So there'll be some quick times. There'll be a lot of closing gaps between the DTMs and the GT3s. So it should be pretty fun to watch for 90 minutes worth. In addition to the track guide I have here, just some quick basic info of the DTMs. Folks may not be knowledgeable, but they're not well known as a GT3 class. Anywhere you look, GT3, any game, any sim, GT3s everywhere. DTMs, kind of unknown. So the only two that are in this game, you've got the Audi RS5 and the BMW M4. Due to regulations of the DTMs, these vehicles are pretty much the same. Same power, same transmission, same engine in a way. You just have an Audi engine in the Audi. You have a BMW engine in the BMW. As simple as that. So it's going to come down to which one's chosen and how it's handled. How these racers can get these cars around without any major hiccups. In addition to that, also what I've done for you, I want you to watch this. I don't want anyone to take this as a great lap, because this is not. This is a pace car lap. What I did is I went one lap around Suzuka in a DTM. That way you can kind of see what these drivers are going to see throughout the night for 90 minutes worth. So let me load that up for you here. So, as we can see, this is coming down in the start-finish line. And once we get past the start-finish line, here's when we go into the big right-hander, turns 1 and 2. Once again, this is not a good lap. This is really just an informational lap. After turn 2, here's where the S's come in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A lot of time, as I said, to the gained or lost here. You can take these fast if you can handle it, or you might have to take it a little bit slower. Once you get past turn 7 here, you then come around the Dunlop curve into turn 8 right here. Then you're going to have turn 9 here, which is a quick, very, very quick right-hander. There's the overpass of the backstretch. Here's where you're going to lead into the hairpin. Turn 10 here. Take it tight. Turn 11 there. Here's where you start your second big sweeping curve. Turn 12. All the way around, all the way to the back to the spoon curve. 13, 14, which will come up here in just a second. There's 13. Coming up here, there's 14. And then into the long backstretch. This is where the speeds will get, I would assume, their highest. If they're not their highest, they're going to be right with the start-finish line straight. So you come right in through here. There's turn 15, and sweeps all the way around. You're going to come into the last chicane, which is here, 16 right there, 17 right here. You'll see I almost lose it, even at slow speeds. You get on the throttle too much, it's going to take off on you. There's turn 18 coming right here, and you're home free. There's one lap. Not a fast lap on this one, so don't take anything from this other than just seeing where the turns are. And with that, I'm going to bring you into the practice. There's about 8 minutes left, closer to 9. As you can see on the times, you're going to have all the DTMs, obviously, way up in the front. It looks like position 8. Diego, that is a DTM. So you can see that he's a little off the pace from 7 and up. Mark Sutton, he's back there as well. So position 10 and back, you're going to find your GT3s. And or that ADAC 2020, 2014. So there's a variation of the ADAC cars that can be in there as well that are considered GT3s. So we'll see, like I said, a lot of things during this race. And I guess I should say, some of you might be thinking this is the sultry sounds of Scotty G. This is not Scotty G. He's actually, he should be in this race. He should be out there. So, this is Jared Svetic, taking over, at least the commentary for tonight. We'll see how I do. See how you all like this. If you don't like it, then I'll just race from here on out. But unfortunately, I couldn't tonight. I'm away from my home, away from my rig. Can't take my rig with me, even though I wish I could. So, I'm hanging out with all you all folks. Hopefully, going to keep this stream up and going here on some hotel Wi-Fi. Cross some fingers and everything that this stays up, stays good, stays looking good. Once this is over, a recording of all this will also be posted 1080p, 60 frames a second. That'll go up, so it'll look a little bit better than what it is right now. This right now is 720p, should be 60 frames, if it stays that way, so we'll see. But we're all here to have fun. Whether we're watching, chatting, driving, everything. We're going to watch, we're going to have some fun. I see Zoltan talking some good stuff in there. Ed Engineer, how you all doing out there? Hope you're all having a great evening, wherever you might be, great day. Ed over in Australia, he finished on the podium earlier today in his race, you know. So we're all here. We're all here to be better, have fun, get along, do it all. So I won't try to talk too much, at least for now, or I might run out of things to say very early. So we'll cycle through some of these folks here that are out on track. About 5.5 minutes left to go in practice. And then the qualifying, I think, is what, 30 minutes? Let's look. No, 20 minutes. So 10 less minutes for qualifying. So we'll see how everyone does. See what times people are putting out in various, the two classes amongst the various cars out there. Let's see if we can find. Let's see if we can find one of the new Evos, whether it be the Bentley Continental or the AMG Mercedes, because those are absolutely beautiful vehicles. So TJ's in one. Let's find him. Oh, well, there you have it. Sitting there looking beautiful in the pit lane. Maybe he'll go out here soon. Looks like we're up to 28 people. This is going to be a big, this is going to be a full race. I'm not even sure the official, is it 32, I think? 32 total people can be in here. So we're getting ever so close to having a full server, which is great from our side of things. Up to 29 now. So we'll see how we go there. Let's see who else we can find. Bernie Puebla. Bernie's out there in a new Mercedes AMG Evo. Here he is. There it is. Let's get into the... Yeah, listen for a second. Say anything. finish line. That is a delicious sound. Checks out something else here. Let's check out a DTM. Let's go up to see Theodore Insbury here, sitting in third at the moment. Caught it on camera. A little spin through the hairpin. If you get too much on the throttle through the hairpin, you're really going to lose the back end, so you got to really baby it. Well, I would have to baby it. Someone else may not be. You may not have to. You may just be able to get good enough to half throttle it through there and go. With him in the pit, let's look at Ramiro Perez here. Then a BMW DTM. Kind of losing the back end just a little bit. We might see that a lot here tonight. Where if you really hammer it down, it's really going to take off on you. He's going up there through turn 7. Finding his way back to turn 8 there. Let's move through Paulo Conda. I'm not sure. He's from Brazil. I'm not sure if I've actually seen him race before, so this could be interesting. There's a lot of folks in here from South America since they've combined the two servers together for North and South America. We see a lot of folks kind of show up for the first time, or folks that we don't normally see, so it's kind of interesting, honestly, to find new folks and how they race. Adds just another layer of competition, honestly, to all of us out there. So he's in the 148.5, which is fairly good right now. Elvis Lima, which is really only 2/10 behind, 3/10 close. He is also, no, he's in an Audi from Brazil as well, so he's been in P2. Who else do we have out there? Mr. Derek McCord, he's in the new Mercedes Evo, another great looking livery. And he has gone back to the pits. Oh, everyone's gone to the pits, because now we're in qualifying. So now we have 20 minutes for all these folks here to rush to the track, to try to get a lap in, to have that lap also be a good lap. Not also not get hindered by anyone else that might be out there that might be a little bit off the pace. So let's jump to, let's just go auto director. We're just going to find whoever's out there. There's Paulo Conda. He was #1 in practice. DTMs. Follow him around a bit. We'll start jumping around to whoever else we may see as times start coming in addition to having the reality software up, I also have second monitor, which is very robust sim racing program. It's got a lot of things in there. I say a lot of things and I can't name something, but you have your timing sheets. If you use it for yourself, you can see everything. You can see all your laps. You can see your tire status throughout the time. There's a map. You can see everyone there. It's good for when you're broadcasting, because you have another timing sheet up in here. You can see where everyone is. You can kind of see some information about their car and what they're doing at that time. So times will come in here. We can see those. I can see those. And we'll start jumping around to other folks. But the final count here, there's 12 DTM 2020 vehicles, that's a great outing. A great outing for the DTM. And then we've got 20 GT3s. So it is going to be pandemonium out there. And Scotty G, your normal commentator, made it in. I'm happy about that. Scott's not able to get into a lot of these long ranked events very often, so it's good to see when some folks are able to make it in. So Paolo there is getting held up massively by looks to be a swarm of GT3 cars, DTM cars, just like 8 people in right there all together. He might be the first one on the lap, but it's very hard to tell. No, Elvis must be, he's sector purple 1, 47.5 seconds. He has found him some space there to really try to put in a good lap. We'll stay on him for right now. And he's going to be coming through there. There's the 14 down the back stretch. All the way to 15. Down to the 16, 17, 18. He's going to push towards the line right here. Let's see what he gets. This is going to be what everyone's shooting for right here. Well, there you go. There you go. All right, so it's starting to come in. So Theo Lupo, a 151.2. 9/10 faster than Paulo Conda. Over a second faster than Elvis Lima. And now you're going to start to see some times coming in here. So, Sport DTM 2020s. Victor Paz is the fastest GT3 at the moment. His overall time is Victor Paz, number 1, GTR3, is 2:03.5. Someone just got faster than that. 2:01.9 for Felipe. So 2:01 is the fastest GT3. A 150 for Ramiro Perez. So 11-second difference. We've seen kind of that gap before in previous endurance races. It might take a little bit longer for DTM to finally catch up to GT3 just because of the length of this track. I didn't say it earlier, but this track, if you're in miles, 3.6 miles. If you're in kilometers, 5.8. So it's a very long track. It might take a little bit of time for the classes to finally kind of intermingle with each other. So we'll have to keep track of that to see when they do. I think Eamon Howell right now sitting in 7th in the DTM class. Theodore Insbury has put in a great time there, 8/10 behind Paulo Conda. For 2nd, Theo Lupu still sitting in 3rd. Perez 4th. Some folks that have yet to post a time. John Wazorak, he's in a DTM 2020. He's yet to post a time. Filippone. Just looking for some other regulars here that have yet to post times. Grimy Dog down at GTR. Actually, I think he just posted one. He's sitting in 20th. Scott Galbraith sitting in 6th place in the GTR3s. Coming up on about 12.5 minutes left of qualifying, so You might see some of these guys, gals, maybe run a couple laps, get back into the pits, get fresh tires, kind of reset, jump back out there, go into the pits, and then come back out to try to find a space in traffic. There was a heck of a spin by Theo Lupu. No. Yeah, it was. Sergio here, currently 7th. That is a great looking livery for the Audis. So Sergio sitting here with 2 green sectors should mean that he's improved his own time. Has not purpled any sectors yet, which would be the fastest overall within that sector. So we'll see where he ends up. Right now he's sitting in 9th. See if he can improve a little bit here. No. Yes. Up to 3rd. Wow, that's a great lap. Goes just ahead of Theo Lupu. Grimy Dog coming through there, getting out of the way of the DTM. That's very nice of him. Has jumped up there into 17th overall. That's a great time. Frank Robish. Currently sitting P5 in the GT class. Fabricio Montes. This is going to be fun saying everyone's name. I'm going to butcher all these. I apologize. I'll apologize to people in the chat. I'll apologize to anyone watching later that may replay this. If I butcher your name in any way, I'm so sorry about that. Join the Discord, hate on me in there. I'll take it. Sitting here now, jumped to even Howell once again. Has improved in his sector 1 and his sector 2. See if he can improve his sector 3. And he has by 1 place. He's jumped in front of Keshin Hall. Elvis Lima has improved massively up to 3rd place. And if you see there, John Wazorek has now placed himself in 4th. 1.3 seconds off of 1st place. Those DTMs are going to be fast. And unfortunately, you're going to see maybe within the top, I don't know, I don't want to say, but you're going to see the folks who can handle those, and you're going to see the people who potentially can't. There might be a big gap in time between 1 and 11, which, as you can see on the timing board, there is, unfortunately. So you might see some multi-class action even sooner, depending on how slow the back ends of the DTMs are. But also reverse, that if the back end of the GT3 class is slow, then obviously DTMs will catch up fast, faster than what they normally would. TJ sitting in 22nd overall, which for the GT class he is 12th. Now in 24th overall, 12th in his class. There are still some folks that have yet to post some times. I believe only the GT3 class. I believe everyone in the DTM class has posted a time. Yes. There's only 11 there, and 11 are on the board. So there are a few left in the GT class that have yet to post a time. We will see if they're Josh Moore sitting in that gorgeous, I will say the gorgeous pink Audi. I love that livery. Right now sitting in P17 at the class, still sitting in the pit lane. Oh, I would butcher that name. But we're also waiting on a time to be posted as well. So we'll see where they slot in. Let's find some Victor Pass here, third in class. His fastest time's a 2:02.2. There goes a spinning DTM behind him. So as you can see, top 3 in the GT class. You get 2 from Brazil, Victor Paz here from Argentina. There are a lot of folks from South America, which is a great thing. That everyone's come out for this. The one issue that there may be ping issues at times. So we'll have to see. We'll have to monitor maybe who's kind of pinging out or who might actually drops from the race at any point really. Paulo Conda is now almost into the 147s, 48.08. Elvis Lima there, 0.3 seconds behind him. Ramiro Perez, 1.1. Theodore Insbury. Let's find the next person. Theo Lupu is out, just starting his lap. We'll actually stick with him. Let's see how this goes. Let's go in the car. It's a great shot here from the software. Follow like this all the way. A little tap, maybe. That Mercedes did not want to get out of his way. He may have also been on a hot lap as well. A little twitch there. There's turn 7. And all the way around. Turn 8. And then curve. Turn 9. Probably don't want to take too much of the inside curve, but it'll probably throw you just completely off the track. Then the hairpin, 10, 11. Taking that inside curve, trying to get as much into it as you can. Big sweep, turn 12, all the way around. Suzuka circuit banner. Into the hairpin, 13, 14. See how it goes here. Third gear. Down, sticking in, a little twitchy on the outside, back and forth, 56. So right now is not improved in any of his sectors yet. Maybe get something right here. First gear chicane, that's 16, 17, 18 coming right here. Twitch. Another Suzuka band. Another Suzuka band. They're everywhere. And he did 151.9. So he did not improve his time there. So now, I'll tell you what, let's try to find a GT3 that may be close to their start of the lap. Where's Kenny? Kenny's on the back. Scott. Let's go here to Scott. Scott is also in one of the newly released as of today Mercedes Evos. Once again, turn 7. Trying to get it up in through there. Turn 8, turn 9. Okay, See how the DTM is just coming right up. The closing speeds are amazing. So the DTM will probably get him right there. Hopefully he doesn't mess him up. Hold him up just slightly. Hairpin there. DTM goes a little wide. Scott tries to go to the inside. If he can keep up with him, which looks like he probably can. I was going to say, he might get a little bit of toe somewhere. Maybe help his time. But that DTM is gone. Smooth. 13, 14. Trying to keep it in as tight as possible while still staying on the throttle. Down the backstretch. I'm surprised there's no Suzuka circuit right on the backstretch. I'm disappointed there's not. Final chicane here, 16. Taking a little bit of the curve, 17. Just the curve there, 18. And he decides to get out of the lap. Who else is out there? Here we go. Miyasha Moore, finally out. Still has not posted a time, so I don't think they will be able to. There's 55 seconds left. RaceRoom, unlike some of the other sims, once that time goes zero, it all ends. So it doesn't give you the extra time if you're on a hot lap to complete that hot lap. You are finished. So really, probably the standings will stay how they should unless someone is coming to the very end of their lap. Within the last chicane, Fabricio, he got in P1. He may have already been in P1, but he's in P1 now. So there's your results. Fastest lap of the session was 1:48.0, Paulo Conda, DTM. There are 12 DTMs. One showed up out of nowhere. I'm not sure where. Fastest of the GT3 class, 2:01.3, 13 seconds slower than P1 of the DTM. So keep that in mind as you watch, or as we cycle around people throughout this 90 minutes, that there's going to be cars everywhere. There'll be all kinds of stuff going on. Some of the familiar names gone. So countdown time. Put in the fuel you want. Get your mind right. Any last second car setup that you need to do, now's the time. Hit the drive button. Get on the grid. Amp yourself up. Do whatever you got to do. Now's the time. You're in. 90 minutes. Well, we got this time here. Let's bring up the second monitor along with the software. Let's do compare the next car once this comes up and all the people come in. We won't go auto director as of the moment, but we'll see how it does. Let's hello helicopter. Who's this on? There's some GT3s here in the back. See if anything happens here. A couple touches. We're on TJ. Carry a note. Should be pretty clean so far. Let's find a good. That one. Sorry, folks. I'm slightly trying to figure out what I want here. See, there is middle pack. GT3s. Felipe out front for the GT3s. Let's switch up to the DTMs. Very close as of right now. Sergio, Paolo, Elvis Lima, all very close here at the front. Theodore Insbury right behind them. Theo Lupu. You know, at this point right now, you know, you do want to be fast. You do want to stick with folks, but then you also have to realize and remember that you have, you know, whatever the event time frame is. This is 90 minutes, so you don't want to do too much. Maybe potentially ruin your race within the first lap. Everyone says it's not won. The race isn't won at T1 or even lap 1. You know, you gotta get to the last lap to the checkered flag to actually finish. So these guys are sticking really close here. Let's find John Manzorek there. You have Diego. Let's find him. He is a spinning GT3 right around Diego. Diego must have had an issue on the start. He's now 3.7 seconds. I think that's behind his class. It is. So he's almost 4 seconds behind Mark Sutton. Got GT3 in front of him, so he's got some work to do. But hey, like I just said, there's plenty of time. There's also going to be a lot of pit stops for the DTMs. Talking with folks during the week, 2 to 3, maybe even more. The tires go out very fast in these e-tires for lunch. It's very crazy to hear people talking about. You know what? We're going to go auto director. That way I do not have to try to figure out who to click on. So right now you've got Theo Lupu here, 0.4 seconds behind Theodore Insbury. Insbury is about 1 second as of right now, behind third place. If it stays too much in the DTM class here, then I will take back over and click around in the GT3 class. There's a spinning. Who's that? Victor Paz. Had a quick spin. Let's jump to him really, really fast. See if he gets back going. So he has dropped down 23rd overall. 11th in his class. I forget where he started right at the moment, but he was pretty high up there, so the spin is kind of costly as of right now. And then you've got TJ here, sitting in 4th in that baby blue North Carolina Mercedes Evo. He is following, what is that? Oh, yeah, Augusto. He may have come in late. I don't know. His name wasn't popping up for a while. TJ is about 1 second behind him. Augusto is about 1 second behind Fabricio, who's also in that beautiful pink Audi. He's about half a second behind Felipe. And you can kind of see the twitches there. That may be pink coming into play. So we'll have to just see how folks do throughout the race. Software, it looks like Sergio here is challenging Paolo for second. They're coming through the final chicane, 16, 17, down around 18. Looks like he may have had a wiggle, got too much curve, almost 7/10 of a second. He was really close. Theo Lupu here. Trying to make a move on Theodore Insbury. And that group of 5 there is sticking close. Oh, Theo goes a little wide there. which is going to bring John Wyzorek right into his bumper. So 1 through 6 of the DTMs fairly close together. A couple seconds, 1 to 6, but overall, hasn't really been anything crazy happening between them. We're going to jump down to Miasha Moore, challenging Derek McCord here down the start finish line. We're going to see who breaks last. Derek at the inside, so he's going to take it at least through 1 and 2. Who knows what happens with the S's. So Derek's going to keep it fairly stable through there. That was a good race up there. Victor Paz trying to get by Bernie Puebla. Once again through the S's. Finishing those. 3-7 right there. It looks like he has gotten ever so close. Door to door here through. Oh, there's a touch. There's touches all over the place. So Victor and Bernie. A little collision there, door to door. Bernie, I think, got the worst collision as he dropped. He's back on the track. He's now back in 25th. So he came out with short end of the stick of that one, unfortunately. So, but he's got time. He's still rolling. That's the name of the game right now. Terry Sanders here, battling on Matthew. Once again in that gorgeous Bentley Continental Evo. That's a boat with wheels. It is the best looking boat. And they both go a little wide. Terry Sanders goes extra wide into the kitty litter. And it's going to have Bernie get past him. So it was an unfortunate mistake. We'll jump up to Eamon Howell here. Positions 8 and 9 of the DTM class. Trying to get past Keshin. Luke Filippone. They're in 10th in the red Audi. Trying to keep it close with these two here. Better run off all those little contacts. Well, that's one way to get by someone. Not the cleanest, but hey. That's what happened. So now Luke Filippone up in the 9th position. We will cycle around John Wyzorek here. Theodore Hinsbury. Trying to keep it close. Romeo Perez also right behind John Wyzorek there. Mira and John, I think, are in the same liveries. Camera keeping on them. Going too fast. Took a lot of the curve there. Both of them did. But on some places in Suzuka there, you can actually take more curve than what you think and get away with it. Other places, take too much. Jump down to some GT3s. Two of the North American RaceRoom regulars. TJ Sicosio, I think. That might be right, might be wrong. Scott Galbraith there, battling for 17 and 18 overall. 5th and 6th of the class. Both of them in the new Mercedes Evo. Scott with a little wiggle there. Don't know if that was ping or not. Usually his ping's pretty solid, so maybe just a wiggle off the curb. For you folks in the chat, Miasha Moore trying to make a move once again on Derek McCord. These two have been very close since the start. And that's also Victor Paz right behind Miasha. So this is a three-way battle. 7th, 8th, and 9th. So any little mistake can cost all three of them, or one of them, or a variation of them, and reset the running order just like that. So we'll stick here for just a second. See how this goes. Turn 15 right there. No, 14 on the end of the spoon. Miasha might have a little bit of toe. Off the back of Derek McCord there. Coming through 15, blazing fast. Looks like maybe Miasha was on only 2 wheels. Chicane there. Has a slowdown, so he will back up ever so slightly from these two. Coming down the start-finish line, and there are wiggles, and that has to be server ping for some of these folks. Wiggling all over the place. Oh man. Or it could be my internet. We'll say that. I certainly won't blame the server, it could be mine. From what I'm seeing. So I'm going to stay right here. This is the closest battle on the track at the moment. While we're watching this, for those in the chat, for those who may watch later, make sure to like, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Find the North American RaceRoom Discord, join it, look for all the information on the various races. It seems like we're racing every day. It's not true, but it feels like it. But in the Discord, there's information for every race that we run, with all the various combos and combinations that RaceRoom puts out that we race throughout the week. Also join for any if there's any interest in the upcoming second season of the North American RaceRoom Championship. DTM95s. They're beautiful. They're beautiful to drive. We have a second season, 8 weeks, one car. Should be a lot of fun. So check the Discord for that. I think there's about 6 spots left. I think from what I saw, so spots are filling up. So there's not a whole lot of time left. So after getting quote-unquote advertisements out of the way there, Victor Paz is caught back up to Miasha Moore. And it is very close there from the start-finish line. I'll blame my internet that I'm currently streaming off of for the various wiggles that you see. I doubt they're like that out there. So these three look like they are sticking kind of in the running order they're in right now. So let's jump around. Who else? Let's see. Fialupu is back down to 6th overall, 6th in the class. And there are 4 DTMs here just trying to get by this AMG. And this is what I was talking about, where the DTMs are going to have to pick their spots on where to get around these folks. Because there is not a whole lot of place to do that. So you might see a lot of these DTMs catch up to each other because of lap traffic or back markers or what have you, and really bring some of these folks back into the fold. Theo Lupu, a slight twist, that has to wait. He's going forward, trying to flip it around. Hopefully there's not a whole lot of damage from what he's done there. And he's now down to 9th because of that little spin with the hairpin. I see Evan in the chat. Hello, Evan. From Florida. Florida. So let's move on here from Theo. Keshin Hall here. Behind his GRG teammate, Amir Perez. He is about half a second. Now almost a second from that chicane behind Amir Perez. Amir Perez also running DRS. It's kind of hard to see. Keshin Hall is now running DRS. But if you see the little flashing DRS symbol within the kilometers per hour, you'll kind of catch a glimpse of when folks have DRS available and are using it. These DTMs also have push to pass, but I don't know. I'm not sure if we'll actually be on someone while they're using it. They do have it. Maybe 3 per lap. I am not quite sure. But they've got it. So it looks like the trio of Victor Paz, Miasha Moore, Derek McCord are all still together, still running in the same order, and are running very close to each other. Stay here for just a little bit. Victor Paz there, 0.2 of a second, and that is a very fast DTM coming up behind him. Fortunately, I'm not sure who that is. Software doesn't really tell me. Oh my goodness, look at all this coming here. There's Victor Paz, Derek McCord, Miasha Moore. There's Mercedes Evo in front of them. We need to switch around. That is probably Dana Rensbury. That is the DTM in question. He's following Keshin Hall there, number 27 DTM. That's all this lap traffic. People going everywhere. Pandemonium at this point. That's Victor Paz off to the side, coming back on. Going back off. Victor Paz is, I think, just trying to avoid DTMs. Taking it cross country. He's off the reservation. Into the gravel. Theodore now has got 5 there. That was Keshin Hall off to the side. Kind of losing it. 33, that's Luke Filippone. I feel like an auctioneer, just yelling out names. Because these people are everywhere. There's the touch. That has to probably be Scott Galbraith. Maybe a slight touch there to Scott. Still trying to get by. Probably a little bit of peace and quiet for those DTMs for the moment until they come up to another GT3. Let's get back. Derek McCord getting past there by that DTM, which is probably John Wazorak, who's now getting past Scott Galbraith, Miasha Moore. A few fans in the chat coming up here on Derek McCord, trying to get by. They're between turns 14 and 15. Trying to do it, can't quite do it. See what the chicane does. Never so close to the chicane. more down the throttle. We'll stick with him here, at least through turn 1. See what happens. Jump somewhere else. There's action all over the place. Action packed. So I should have maybe had to hit the brakes just ever so slightly. I lied. We'll follow to the S's. Final piece of the S's coming in right here. It's just got Galbraith there, pulling off in the distance in front of Derek McCord. So once again, these three kind of just stuck where they are, which is fine. This DTM coming through right here, that is not Ramiro, Elvis Lima somewhere, Sergio, that was probably Fialupo, is now within the middle of these three GT3s. Oh, slight hit there on Derek McCord in the back. Derek probably trying to get out of the way. Probably maybe hitting the brakes a little too much, but I mean, what can you do? It's a hairpin. You're coming to a stop no matter what. Theo trying to get by Scott there. Scott taking a little bit wide, letting Theo through. So Scott will catch up to TJ here just a bit. Here we are back. Miasha Moore. These three again, probably from the contact with Fialupu. Derek dropped the spot to Miasha. Into the chicane. Into the front straight. Victor Paz. Maybe a slight rub there. I can't tell. But either way, they were close. Let's jump. Let's jump. Jump. Let's jump up to John Wazorik here. That camera goes crazy right there. That's probably Miasha Moore. These folks are going around, so that is John there, the 8. Number 8, BMW. Luke is in the Audi right ahead. It's very wide there. John gets inside. He's ahead of Luke. We'll switch from 7 and 8. Felipe is very close here. This is a battle for the lead position in GT3s. Fabricio there in another pink Audi. And first, Felipe. At the second. In second place. Followed in through 15 into the chicane. See what happens. So there was no change there through the chicane. 16, 17, turn 18. Still very, very close there through turns 1 and 2 into the S's. As you can see from the timing screen, Felipe here in second. There is a 10-second gap back to third place. Carrier nod or node. Sorry again for any names that are completely wrong. We're going to jump up to see John was over here battling concussion hall. There he goes. Maybe a slight wiggle there as he dropped at least 5 to 6 tenths off Keshin Hall there. Theodore Ensbury under half a second to Ramiro Perez. We're going to leave it right here for right now. So, unlucky for me, we also saw some push to pass come up there. So unfortunate for me, I walked away to get a water. I don't know what happened to Ramiro Perez. Oh, he is in pit. So Ramiro Perez here has pitted, what, about 28 minutes in. Unless, so he's still on the timing screen, which means he hasn't disconnected. We're gonna wait for him to come out. Yeah, he's in the pits. I believe this is counting. So right now he's getting fuel. Out. So that pit stop for him, 83 seconds long, 28 minutes in, lap 16. So we're going to see Elvis Lima has come in. Some seconds in. We also have looks like Keshin Hall is coming into the pits. Elvis Lima's in. So now the pit stops are going to start coming into play here. So, you know, if you're looking at these cars are going 28, 30 minutes, that's probably going to be at least 2 more pit stops for the DTMs. They are sitting there, taking their time. That pit stop for Elvis is still counting up, but he's into 90 seconds worth of in and out while sitting there. Keshin's also in the middle of his stuff, so we'll jump out. Scott Galbraith there battling Miasha Moore for 6th and 5th. And it looks like Victor Paz right behind Scott. Just from earlier, Derek McClure is about 2 seconds behind Victor. So Scott's maybe had some slowdowns due to the DTMs, which has now put him kind of back in this pack. There's a DTM coming right through these folks here. That could be so Luke and John Wazorek. Lap 17. That'll be interesting. They came in together. They'll probably go right out together. It's going to be close. Paulo Conda, lap 17. Without really talking to folks throughout the week, I'm going to assume with the GT3 Mercedes can probably do 2 pit stops, maybe even 1. But I'm not sure. Jumping back. So something's happened to Miasha, unfortunately. The front of her car is smashed in. It probably means it was a spin and a head-on collision into the wall or a barrier or something. So it's pushed her down to 9th in the class, 20th overall. There is a DTM right behind, not getting by. That is the 12th place DTM. So John's still in the pits. Fialupu back up to 4th. Luke Filippone, 3rd. Theodore Insbury, 2nd. Sergio is coming into the pits. And unfortunately, that just popped up. It looks like John Wyzorek has a drive-through penalty. Never a good thing. That means he will probably be in the pits, through the pits, 4 times. Yeah, there it is again. Drive-through penalty, speeding in the pit lane. That means he was either speeding across the first line in, or if he's managing it all the way through, somewhere in there, he's obviously sped. Which, anything over the line, anything over the speed limit in there gets it for you. So fortunate for him. But it's 57 minutes to come back after the drive-through. Back down, Miasha Moore fighting here for 21st and 20th. The BMW goes really wide. Has a slowdown penalty. Miasha may be able to get by. Sergio sitting 4th at the moment. Filippone up to 2nd. Theodore Insbury has yet to pit and is now in 1st place. Theodore's tires might be getting to their end as he's kind of sliding around there. I have to assume he's probably going to be hitting on this lap, I would think, unless he's just trying to stretch it out. I can't really tell. The software will not tell you how much fuel anyone has left. I would have to assume he's probably getting close to the end, as well as his tires. Stick with him for just a second here. Goes a little bit wide in the chicane. Let's see if he pits. And he is not. So he will go one more. Another. To try to extend some lead there from Luke Filippone, who's now 2 seconds behind. While that's going on, let's jump down. Scott Galbraith there is about half a second or less from TJ Scotia, Sacramento, as I like to call him. So these two Mercedes are just going about their business here. Follow them through the chicane. Clean going through there. Scott racing for Randy's Recycled Race Parts. I love it. I wonder if there's recycled race parts in that Mercedes. If so, bravo. It's running beautifully. TJ looks to be getting a little loose through the S's there. There's also a DTM coming up behind them, which will be, man, who is that? It's not Paulo, I know that. Not Sergio. Sergio trying to fight his way through, which, is, as you see there, has pushed Scott back ever so slightly from TJ. TJ making that DTM work for it. Making him work hard for that. Which, you know, GT3s, they are not obligated to get out of the way. There was a bump there between Scott and TJ, and it looks like Scott got the worst of it. Caught some grass on the inside of the hairpin. It's now back to 1.2 seconds behind TJ. But doing Scott, he'll catch back up in no time. Diego, we have a whole lot of things going on here. Diego and Keshen Hall in a fight for 9th and 8th place. Coming through the spoon. There is a GT3 to the outside. There is a GT3 coming up right there. Their Mercedes is all messed up. The lights are on, maybe flashing. Diego loses a little bit of time there. GT3's in his way, wiggling all over the place. DTM behind, which is, who is that? John Zorak. Diego comes into pit. Has Insbury pitted yet? I do not believe he has. Still rolling. 6 seconds now between Luke. So Luke must have lost something somewhere. He was 2 seconds. Now he's back down to 6 seconds. So a definite gap has built there. Insbury still going. The marathon man just will not stop. TJ Sakosio coming up on Derek McCord. Mercedes on Mercedes on Mercedes. A DTM fighting his way through there. That has to probably be not Theo. Keshen Hall. Keshen Hall fighting his way through a gaggle of GT3s. There is John Zorak also in the mix in a DTM. They're going to go 4 wide in the hairpin. Why not? They get by Derek McCord there. Coming up on Scott Galbraith here in just a second. We'll stick with this just to see how it goes to the spoon. A little bit of contact there on the doors. John gets ahead of Keshen. Goes to the outside of Scott. Let's jump to John here. Coming up on Victor Paz. As you can see, Keshen is going to the inside of Scott. These guys are flying. Absolute madmen, all of them. John and Keshen there coming through the chicane. I am going to assume that John has already served his drive-through. So he is in 8th place after that. So 50 minutes to do some damage. I see the chat talking about Insbury going to try the one stop. I don't know. This man is taking everything out of this car that he can. He might be riding on rims at this point. We don't know. But he's going. He may never stop. But good for him. That's amazing. Keshen Hall. Up to about 7 tenths behind John Zorak there. TJ Sakosio. 8 tenths of a second behind Derek McCord. Derek McCord is about a second behind Scott Galbraith there. And those are positions 5 through 7 that you're kind of seeing. Let's jump to Scott. He's ahead of this. 5th. Derek and TJ right behind. There's an 11-second gap between Victor Paz and Scott Galbraith. So Scott will do everything that he can to just stay ahead of Derek and TJ. I will be interested to see when pit stops happen for GT3s. I can assume only at this point there'll be one stops. And maybe by this point, maybe DTMs are only 2 stops if you're saving tires and not pushing them to the limit. Ensbury through 15. A car just all over the place there with him. Just glitching in the matrix. Ensbury once again. It's like Groundhog's Day. You didn't even see the pit. There is no pit for Mr. Ensbury. And you can tell from the timing screen there that the gap has just continued to grow even larger between first and second. Now 10 seconds. And this is going to be interesting here. Now Ensbury is fighting with TJ, Derek McCord, Scott Galbraith, and the GT3s through the S's. Unbelievable. Ensbury's on a mission at this point. Gonna get by Scott, and I believe he's got some free air at least for a little bit. Yeah. Let's get back to Mr. Mark Sutton. Running a clean race. I mean, you cannot fault him for that. Looks like he's going to come in and pit at the 46 minute to go mark. There's also another Eamon Howell. He's coming in to pit as well. So 2 DTMs going to go in at the same time, come out at the same time, probably be fighting from there. What else do we have? TJ about a second behind. Derek McCord. 8/10 of a second behind Scott Galbraith. Through the chicane. Theodore Ensbury. Once again, going for it. All right, here we go. So here's some GT3s finally in. Scott Galbraith, TJ Scoccio. Unfortunately, Fout. My apologies. Butchered. But those 3 GT3s are all in together. They're sitting at 7, 8, and 9. 8, 9, 10 now. There's TJ and Scott flying out of the pits. Hopefully there's no drive-thrus for them or any type of penalties whatsoever. So Scott stays ahead of them. Derek McCord did not come in. He was along with those folks. Yasha Moore still running strong. Hood's a little bit caved in, but hey, doesn't affect a thing. Just keep on going. And as of right now, there are major gaps everywhere from top to bottom. Just to bring everyone up to speed, there are 4 folks that have retired from this race. Augusto, Floriano, Kenny Houghton. Yeah, he was in the Red Bull Ford. That's another nice one. Matthew, the only Bentley in there, out, unfortunately. And then Fabricio, which I'm not sure what happened to him. Why does it say Bentley? Is that a Bentley? It is. Whoa. Oh, it's the old Bentley. I recognize it now. Those four have retired for one reason or another, whether it be just disconnects, damage, or whatnot. I don't think I can tell. I can't tell what they disconnected or what they DNF'd for, but that is the reason. Theodore Insbury. Software says that he pit. He has pit. Have I just missed a pit? I probably have. There's the pit. So Insbury pitted on lap 18. For those of you keeping score at home, I didn't do a very good job of looking to see when he came in. So he has not been a madman, just ignoring the pit. He did pit. Felipe, that is a big one. Either one or two with the GT3 class has now been disqualified for not serving a penalty. I'm not sure what penalty he had, and it wasn't served. He is now gone. Alright. So let me check the second monitor here to see. There is no one left. There's some GT3s that have yet to pit. One through five yet to pit. So if you look at the screen there, Fabricio, Victor Paz, Carino, Eric Cord, Miasha Ward, these five have yet to pit. And Terry Sanders, which we have not really highlighted a whole lot up until this point, but he is not pitted as well. He's running that Chevy Corvette, maybe the Callaway, maybe not. He is not pitted. For those of you keeping score at home, all the DTMs have pitted at least once. There are a few DTMs that have pitted twice, potentially due to some damage. John Manzorek has because of a drive-through. So it looks like a lot of these DTMs may be trying maybe a two-stopper. On lap 27, a lot of these folks are pitting on lap 16. So I would have to assume there would be another round of pit stops for the DTMs somewhere. That's the $1 million question. Dialupu here is now less than 2/10 behind Luke Philippe. They're battling for third and second place. 16 seconds behind first place. We'll stick with them here for a little bit, fighting through the S's. fighting with Luke Filippone. They are close. They're also coming up on what looks to be GT3. Yes. Close. Wow. That's a little too close for comfort there. And I can't tell if that's Ping or if that's Luke sliding through turn 15 there. Theo trying to get a jump out of the chicane around 18 into the straight. He might have it. He has a push to pass. I don't know if he can use it. I don't know if he had DRS. Probably not. He may not start the lap close. I think you got to be within 1 second of the class, of your class ahead of you. That's only for DTM. But he's gotten by Luke Filippone there for second. He is coming up on Fabricio and is now by Fabricio, who is in P1 GT3s and is an astounding 41 seconds ahead of P2. That is absolutely diabolical. Looking at my second monitor here, there are still 4 GT3s that have yet to pit. Terry Sanders was the 5th one. He is now in the pit. It has to be a one-stopper unless there's something else damage come into play later. Carrie Arnaud in the pink Hello Kitty AMG Mercedes. Terry Sanders drive-through. That is too bad. That is too bad. Carrie is in. That leaves 3 folks that have yet to pit: Fabricio, Derek McCord, and Miasha Moore. That'll be interesting here coming very soon. I would have to assume. I think you'd want to pit maybe by 30 minutes left. Make it that far. Sutton here. While he may be in 12th in the DTM class, pretty sure he stayed pretty clean. Carrie Arnaud with the drive-through penalty. Some GT3s here that are pitting late, getting some drive-throughs, which is not preferable, obviously. Switch. Miasha Moore here fighting with Derek McCord. Under a second, 2/10, making it close. Through turn 15, down to 16, through the chicane. Slight wiggle, whether it's Ping, just dead tires, I don't know. These two are not pitting yet. They're gonna fight till the end. Fabricio in the pit. Actually, he's done. So it must have been drive-through penalty. Woo. That is now the 3rd GT3 to pit for the last 2 laps, and the 3rd one to get a drive-through penalty. That's hard to watch. That is hard to watch. I mean, if Derek McCord and Miasha Moore can avoid a drive-through penalty, they are potentially looking at position 1 and 2. Let's cross fingers. Cross fingers and hope those two are fine. Let's jump back up here. DTMs have kind of quieted down a little bit. Theodore Insbury was 18.5 seconds in front of Theo Lupu here, coming through the S's at this time. On lap 30, Luke Filippone, 2.2 seconds behind. We're just going to roll through all of them. 7.3 seconds behind him, Elvis Lima. Behind Elvis Lima, You got Paulo Conda. Doing some ping slides here and there. Next is Ramiro Perez, just coming down the front straight, 21 seconds behind Paulo. Sergio is another 19 seconds behind Ramiro. John Wazorak, 9 seconds behind Sergio, just now coming around turn 18 into the front straight. Keshan Hall is just now getting the chicane. He is 14 seconds behind John Wazorak. Diego, 54 seconds behind Keshan Hall. He's way back there. Eamon Howell. It's 55 seconds left for Diego, so he almost a lap down. And then Derek McCord. P1 in the GT3 class. P2 Miasha Moore, less than a second behind. We will keep it right here for right now. That is the closest battle on the track at the moment. And to reiterate, these two have yet to hit. Unless my program here is glitched. These are the only two cars on track that have yet to pit, and we are almost an hour in. There's a DTM getting by Derek successfully without taking anyone out. Miasha Moore there, keeping it ever so close. Yes. That is Theodore Insbury, I believe. Yes. Theodore Insbury adding to the mix. I'm getting by. I believe that was even Howell with P11 in the DTM class. Leave this up here, Miasha. Something happened. Oh, Derek McCord into the pits. Miasha has taken over first. Fabricio has taken over second. He did have a drive-through, which I'm going to assume he has served. I don't know. But Fabricio is now ahead of Miasha Moore, so he just got by. I would have to assume Miasha is probably maybe on her in-lap to pit, I would think. Fabricio has already pitted, had a drive-through. Must have served at some point, and is now in first place. Derek McCord has dropped to 5th, 6th, as Victor Paz, Scott Galbraith, and TJ Scotia have gone by. Derek is now out of the pit, not out of the race. And he has now dropped to 8th place. In the car with Miasha here, sitting in P2. P1 right ahead there, same livery, same car, same gorgeousness. Coming in the chicane, trying to get it to stop. Curb, curb, outside curb, no pit. That is Fabricio's there it is. There is his drive-through. He's serving his penalty now. Who is going to come out? And he is going to come out still in second place. So he's only lost one place in that drive-through. As you can see, some DTMs are coming out. But I'm not sure who those were. Here we go. Second round of pit stops for DTMs. Luke Filippone. This is on lap 33. You also have Paolo coming out. So I would have to assume that they are done with pit stops till the end. It'd be interesting if Mr. Insbury here will make it to the end on one stop. It's crazy to think it, but he can do it. Filippone is still in there, getting all four tires, it looks like, as his car just shot up off the ground. Miasha Moore in first place of the GT3 class, I think, has still yet to pit. I don't think a pit stop has happened for Miasha Moore as of right now. We will see if that happens. Or a pit's happened. I missed it. Second monitor's not picking it up. Ah, here we go. Pit stop from Miasha Moore. We're going to see where she comes out. Probably going to be behind Fabricio, who's now just absolutely destroying the gap. There he comes. To now take first again after his drive-through. So he has served his penalty. Victor Paz coming up, getting loose. Hitting the chicane. 17, turn 18, down the front straight. He will get in front of Miasha. Scott Galbraith, once again coming through the last turn. He is going to get ahead. Miasha's still stationary. Here comes TJ. There goes the DTM into the pit. TJ is going to pass. Here comes Derek McCord. Here will be the big one. Miasha's just now moving. I think Derek might have. Yes. So with that pit stop, Miasha Moore has gone down to 8th position. There is a car off. So scratch that. She came down 8th, got 7th within turn 1 and 2. Sergio in for his second stop, lap 34. Theodore Insbury is down to 3rd. His second pit, so he has pitted twice. And he is now 21 seconds back from first place, Elvis Lima, who goes beyond the pit. Paolo just pitted the lap before. So John Wanzarak in again, assuming for his last pit stop. Theo Lupu has pitted twice, so I'm missing pit stops, obviously. You guys are sneaking in and out as I'm following the battles elsewhere. As of right now, all the DTMs have pitted twice. So we will not, I would assume we would not see any more pit stops for the DTMs. So now it's going to come down to 23 minutes of trying to fight traffic and gain position on track. I'm going to put it on auto director and let this take over for a bit. As I drink some water. Turn it down a little bit. I don't know how I'm gonna sound. It might sound okay. It might sound bad. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit more. The audio, that is. My mic is all the way up. We'll see how I sound. Ooh, Diego, he's off. Where is that? Last chicane. TJ has a slowdown. Derek McCord is just flying through. Where are they? The Spoon. Trying to catch up to Kerry Arnaud. 0.3 of a second back. TJ is just killing the slowdown penalties. A DTM there in the middle. I think it's Eamon Howell. Who's that? Miasha Moore trying to fight her way back up to Derek McCord, is less than a second behind Derek and Kerry. Who's a lap down? Mark Sutton is a lap down within the DTMs. I think he's the only one. He only lap. No. Who's all out? Let me look. Dennis Johnson. Oh, he's gone. He is floating in the atmosphere. So he has yet to disconnect, but he is out of the race. Terry Sanders, okay. So P22 and upward are still in. He is a minute 13 off Bernie Pueblo there in 21st or 9th of the class. Let me put this back on auto director. I have a feeling it's going to stay right here for a bit. What has happened to, so Miasha Moore must have had some type of off, as she is now 5.5 seconds behind Derek and Kerry. That's what I get for looking to see who's out. You miss what's on there. So we're going to move it back up. Derek is now 1.2 seconds, 1.3 seconds behind Kerry Arnaud. The DTMs, pretty well spaced out except for Theo Lupu, who is a 1.5 seconds behind Ramiro Perez. We will follow him for just a bit here. That was Ramiro there leaving the screen, so he's at least within viewing distance. He is less than a second now. So he is trying to chase down Ramiro. Put up a good fight there in the last under 20 minutes. Theo trying to keep it close. Let's see what Theo can do here. He is now right on the back bumper of Ramiro Perez. Oh. I thought there was contact, but no, there was a little bit of a ping spike, I think, from Ramiro. But yeah, Theo is right on his tail. I don't know. I wish I could tell you if there are any push to pass left, or if he's going to have DRS at some point. He might. So Theo might be able to get by. Maybe after Spoon here. But then again, I'm not too sure. There you go. So Theo does have push to pass, which he just used. Has DRS right now, which is active. And oh my goodness. Just ripped it around the outside and got by Ramiro. So Theo Lupu is now up in 4th place and is using DRS again to kind of widen the gap there with Theo. So let's move. Who else do we have? Scott's running a fantastic race here, up into 3rd. From the looks of his car, fairly clean. No damage, it looks like. He is, what, 10 seconds ahead of TJ, 21 seconds behind of Victor. Sitting on the podium at P3. So, that's a very solid race for 15 minutes to go. And that'd be a heck of an outcome. Not because it's unexpected, but just any podium and any race is a heck of an outcome. So let's push on to, who else do we have here? Miasha Moore. Over 5.5 seconds behind Derek McCord. This is 7th place. Derek McCord here just through turn 2. About 3.5 seconds behind Carey. I heard Zoltan in the chat. I saw him talk about Mark Sutton. Let's check on Mark. I mean, he is still running, still rolling. And that's cool. No damage, it looks like. He's going to finish. That's good stuff. We'll check back in on him here after a bit. Just looking at the timing screen. What is Fabricio? Oh, unfortunately, Fabricio must have disconnected with about 14 minutes to go, as he is now floating in the ether, which is unfortunate. He was near the front for most of the race. Bernie Puebla, I haven't checked into him in a while. Currently sitting in 8th place, 9 seconds behind 7th place there, DTM. Getting by safely. It's always good to see. So Bernie's car looks very clean. No damage. And that's always a plus on Suzuka. Damage can come from anywhere, at any time. Sometimes for the smallest of things. We're going to check in on Kerry Arnaud, which is about 1.2 seconds behind TJ. Oh, yes, unfortunately for Fabricio, disconnecting or DNFing, that has pushed Scott Galbraith up to 2nd place. That has pushed TJ Sicoscio up to 3rd place. So podium positions for Scott and TJ, and also for Victor Paz, who is somehow brought this race back, really into his hands. He was fighting with Derek McCord and Miasha Moore for most of the race, kind of in the mid-pack for most of the race, and is now sitting in P1. I would assume that he does not have to pit, so without jinxing anything, he has a little under 12 minutes to really drive a safe race and bring this home. So we will have to keep an eye on that. As I say that, it goes a little wide there. I shouldn't have said anything. Jinxing him. But he didn't lose much time. Still over 12 seconds. Back to P2, so we will check back in on him and see kind of where he is. But here is Kerry Arnaud catching up to TJ. Now under half a second down the back straight. No, that's the front straight. The straights are all messed up. Someone just locked the brakes. Or, oh, TJ. TJ got loose. TJ almost is going to get hit by a DTM. So unfortunate for TJ there. Got a little loose coming out of turn 2. Hit the grass on the outside. And that took him back to the inside where he caught more grass. He's still only 4.5 seconds behind, so there's plenty of time to make that time up and to potentially get that spot back. Just ahead of him, there are some fighting DTMs, which I believe is, yes, Mr. Theodore Ensbury sitting in 3rd place, 15 seconds behind P2, 20 seconds, 21 seconds, give or take, behind P1, unfortunately. Diego, I am unsure where on earth he is sitting at the moment. He may have disconnected, probably. So he must be out because his car is nowhere to be found. So unfortunate that some of these folks have made it well over an hour and 15, 20 minutes, and are disconnecting or having issues. Derek McCord here, less than a second behind TJ, trying to run him down. 2 Mercedes Evos. 15th overall, the battle for, but really in class, this would be 4th and 5th. So my apologies here. Well, I guess not. I apologize, but then again I don't, because Derek McCord is now under a second to TJ. So they've gotten their fight is heating up here as we're sitting here kind of watching. While they're doing this, I will say make sure to like and subscribe this video. If you're finding your way through the other North American Race Room videos, make sure to put a like on those, comment, anything you want to do. Likes and comments help the channel get recognized, help videos get recognized. If you're not a member of the Discord, whether you're watching now or you're watching later or you're watching 5 months from now, make sure and join the North American Race Room Discord. There are races that happen every day, but we run a really good schedule of ranked and unranked. So if you're new to Race Room, if you're in the North America, South America, if you're in those time zones, make sure and join, participate. We're all trying to get better. We're all trying to have fun. So that's what we try to do, and that's what we'd like to do. So as I'm done with that, Derek McCord here is right on the tail of TJ. Now under 3/10. TJ taking a lot of curb and cutting the curb. Derek cutting the curb there, so these guys know that they're 6 minutes to go, so it's kind of do or die time to really. Oh, I say that, and Derek decides to go into the back of TJ there. Whether TJ was hard on the brakes or maybe Derek missed the brake point or just missed that TJ was coming to a stop, I don't know, but there was some contact. Derek still remains under a second, or I should say under half a second to TJ. We're going to keep it here for just a little bit longer until something happens here. DTM has just gotten by, at least safely. They are through the chicane, turn 17. They are through turn 18. TJ is now close to about 0.8 of a second. So we will check back in on them as of right now. Let us jump up into the... Let's jump around the DTMs. Elvis Lima here on lap 45. Just got to slow down from kind of cutting the track there ever so slightly on the end of the spoon. He has a 6-second lead on Paulo Conda. Elvis, Paulo, and Theodore Insbury have all been at the front, really all race long. The pit stops really spaced them out as we jump to Paulo coming through the last turn there into the front stretch. 6.5 seconds behind, but the pit stops, or rather the timing of pit stops, really spread out the top 3, top 4 from what they obviously started at. From Paulo, you've got Theodore Insbury, who's just now coming into the back, or into the front stretch. 20 seconds back from second. I'm not sure if he will be happy or disappointed with, well, his projected outcome of P3. He was in P1 for the longest time and was leapfrogged by Elvis and Paulo during the second pit stop. So it'll be interesting to find out from him his thoughts on this. But if everything holds up here, P3 is still, it's still a podium, still a solid result. We'll jump into Theo Lupu sitting in 4th. I should have wrote down where all these folks started, but I did not, so I'm not sure where he started. He may be up some positions from where he started. Sitting in 4th, solid outcome. I shouldn't say. These are all solid outcomes. To finish the race is a solid outcome. I say that for every endurance that either I participate in or that I watch. Just to finish the race, whether it's 60 minutes, 90 minutes, longer than that, it's an accomplishment. So he's about 19 seconds behind 3rd place, 15 seconds ahead of 5th place. Ramiro Perez out there kind of by himself. This car looks undamaged, so he hasn't had too many mishaps, if any. 5 seconds behind him, Luke Filippone. Once again, no damage, clean looking car. Solid race up to this point. Then we're going to jump all around Keshin Hall. 23 seconds back. Sergio, 46 seconds back beyond Keshin. John Wanzorak, a little bit of damage there. Looks like he's had a run-in with a barrier or a wall at some point. He is 1 minute behind Sergio. So he is unfortunately kind of back there. From him, you got Eamon, 38 seconds behind John. From there, you got Mr. Mark Sutton. Still going, still looking good. 45 seconds away from a finish. So, that's awesome stuff. Victor Paz, P1 of a GT3. He is just now coming up to the hairpin, so it'll be interesting to see. I don't think, let's find out where Elvis is here. So there will be one more lap for Elvis. I'm fairly certain that's going to give an extra lap for everybody, I believe. No, it might not. We'll see. We're going to keep it on Victor here. Victor is P1 of the GT3, will finish before P1 of the DTM20 class. So let's leave it here to see if he goes through one more lap or if this will be the end for him. I should know that, but I don't. Here he comes across very soon. So yeah, everyone should have one more lap. So Elvis Lima here, coming through the big spoon. We'll follow him to the end. Elvis Lima here, 48 laps strong. Within 130 minutes. No, 90 minutes. Oh my goodness. I've been talking for way too long. 90 minutes, hour and 30 minutes. Elvis Lima, P1 of your DTM class. And now, here comes the fun part of all kinds of people just flowing across. Paulo Conda, finished, P2. Here comes P3, Mr. Theodore Insbury. About 20 seconds behind P2. Watch him come across the line. and that we are just going to try to find everyone coming across because everyone is finished as of right now. Mr. Insbury coming across. That's Eamon Howell. I believe that's Sergio there coming across. He should be finished. Fialupo coming through with a P4. There he goes. Let's find the GT3 class. Here we go. Here is your finish. Your P1, Victor Paz. Watch him come through the chicane. No slip-ups. Nice and easy through turn 18 there. And he will come across the line. Your GT3 winner, Victor Paz. Here comes Scott Galbraith. It looks like he has just had a run-in with a wall somewhere with a little damage, but still looking good. Comes across for P2. Slipping and sliding everywhere for Randy. This one was for Randy. Flashing his lights. I love it. Here comes TJ. So here we go. Here's a fight between TJ, Miasha Moore, Kerry Arnaud for 3, 4, and 5. We're just going to watch this to the end. I apologize. If I'd have known this was so close, I would have followed them for a lot longer. But there is your 3, 4, and 5 finishers of GT3. All like that. Mr. Derek McCord coming through for P6. And this thing's not even waiting for everyone else to finish. Here are your official results. P1 through P11 of your DTM 2020 class. P1 through 16 of GT3, which it may flow through, it may not. It might kick us all out of here. I don't know. Just scrolling through there. Victor Paz, Scott Galbraith, TJ, Miasha, Kerry, all within half a second of each other there at the end, which is crazy. Derek McCord, Bernie Puebla, Terry Sanders, and then numerous DNFs and a disqualification, unfortunately, for Fabricio. And then we are kicked. So with that, I will say thank you to those that have followed along for almost 2.5 hours through practice, through qualifying, through 90 minutes of action on Suzuka. I won't really do the whole looking at the ranking stuff. If you want to know, you can look it up. I won't do that. Driver of the day, I'm not prepared to give that out. I'll let you all discuss. Throw your driver of the days in the Discord if you want. Make everyone feel happy. Everyone finished, other than the ones that didn't, unfortunately. So, like, subscribe, join the Discord, find us out there. We're all good people. We all like to have fun. We all like to make things fun. We all help. We all race. We all have a good time. So, with that, I'm going to sign off, drink a bunch of water, and see, at least from the folks in the chat here around in the Discord. If you watch this a little bit later, then maybe see you there as well. But hope you enjoyed. Hope I did an okay job. Next week might be me again. It might be Scotty G. It might be both of us. Who knows? I don't know. We'll figure this out. But have a good evening, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.